There's another public health crisis going on in our country that's not reported on. It's an opportunistic virus that people can't see, and it is actually getting worse the more that we self isolate and have stay at home orders. What I'm talking about is domestic violence and the effect of having to spend prolonged periods of time with an abusive uh, spouse or abusive partner is is causing an uptick in the National Domestic Violence Hotline line, and it's a particularly critical time for people who don't find that they have options as far as getting out of a bad situation because they're confined to their homes. There are many people who are in abusive relationships who have gotten out through the help of things like our local Bay Area Turning Point. But now with this coronavirus and the stay-at-home orders, there is a greater need to get the awareness out there that some people may be stuck in a very dangerous situation. The abusers are in close contact with their victims, and the victims are experiencing greater physical abuse and unrelenting because they are around 24 hours a day. A lot of people know that it's very stressful to be in the best of relationships under these circumstances, but when there's physical abuse, then things can be quickly taken to a dangerous level. And people might not know what they might or might not be able to do in these circumstances. So I called up the Bay Area Turning Point and asked them about their particular situation here in the Galveston and Houston area and how they're addressing things. So it's as vital as ever that friends and family are aware of what's going on and try to offer assistance as much as possible, particularly because it's reported that the shelters are in fact at capacity right now. And they're at capacity because of the social distancing that's required under the CDC rules, and the fact that they can't just fill as many beds as they used to be able to fill. So there might be people who are seemingly trapped in their homes who really have a need to get out. The suggestion from the experts at the Bay Area Turning Point is that as before, we try to get in to bring those folks in. So if you're a family member or a friend of somebody who might be physically abused, it's a tough decision, but it is an important one to decide whether or not you can take in somebody who you know is being abused into your home. And it may be a long-term commitment if that be the case, but it may just save a life. It is it's particularly frustrating at this time because although Texas has very strict rules on the domestic violence and getting protective orders in domestic violence cases, and we still have the ability to get restraining orders, magistrates' orders of protection, and various tools, kick-out orders, and things of that nature. The courts are still addressing those issues. In fact, those are among the few kinds of cases that they are allowing to have hearings on. So I want to encourage, if you are experiencing domestic violence, you can still avail yourself of the court system, and they are going to definitely do everything that they always have done to try to protect you. But my concern is the immediate shelter for people who are being abused. And we have to look to ourselves as a community to be able to help those folks out if the need arises. So please consider paying more attention to what's going on with your friends and family members and neighbors, and seeing if you can help out in a dangerous situation. Now, there is a hotline that that people can go to. and I will put the number in the comments below. And that's the number for the National Domestic Violence Hotline. And you can get some more information, but it's kind of critical to get people out of a violent situation. And so, you know, the coronavirus is a risk when taking somebody in and leaving your own home, but it's no more of a risk than if the person was going to a shelter, and it certainly might save a life as much as any kind of viral medicines or you know, things that we might get, because you know, things are high stress right now, and you know, this is one area where victims of abuse might feel like they don't have anywhere to turn to. You can still hire a lawyer. You can still get protective orders. The courts have not shut down for those purposes. And so it's important for you to know that you can get all the same legal protections you can. But I'm calling out to the community to pay particular attention to what's going on around you. Anybody who might need some help or any information that might be helpful to them, please pass it on. And if there's anything I or my firm can do to help in any capacity, let me know. But the main thing is let's take care of each other, because as I say, we are separated, but we are all in this together. So let's take care of each other, okay? Be safe and good luck.